Alright, kids. Blackie Black Metal back as promised with this whole thing I was telling you, my boy on Twitter there uh wanted me to get started. Uh the Blackie Black Metal dating advice thing for little metalhead kids that are dating. In some cases they probably shouldn't be. Alright, hosted by me and my trusty axe, April Rose here. Yes, indeed, she is a Jackson RRXT and one of the best pieces of music equipment ever made. Alright, so JoJo, my boy, was on this thing where he was I guess trying to hook up with some chick or something. He was infatuated with. That's the key word, infatuated. You're not in love with, you don't know them, you haven't spent time enough. Love is something where you establish a relationship, spend a whole lot of time together, and it's like, okay, agreed upon, love each other. You're infatuated. You were trying to hook up. But anyway, so needless to say, most of the time this kind of story didn't work out or whatever. So I was telling them more or less, like, look, the world is as whimsical as, okay, that didn't work out, so you look at how many chicks there are on earth. That's how many different times this could possibly happen. So this is just one. So it's down in the dumps, all upset and all I don't think he's a teenager, but it seemed kind of like a teenage kind of thing or whatever. But either way, less than 8 hours later, he runs into some MILF or something. He was telling me that she was really digging him and everything, and they started talking, and it sounds like he ended up hooking up with that chick or whatever. So that's just one of those things. To these kids that are out there, and there's some gorgeous, usually high school is some chick that every dude that wants to hook up with, that kind of thing. That's gonna happen a lot of times everywhere you go. When you throughout your life, you go to college, you go to work, it's gonna be the same deal. Basically, you're gonna have to find your stable of things here. First off, you can't go for somebody who, just because they look good to you, and here's the best question to ask yourself. Okay, what are y'all gonna go out and do if you hook up? If you can't think of anything, more than likely you're not gonna end up hooking up with that shit, because y'all have nothing in common. You have nothing to talk about. There's nothing there. There's just this aesthetic of infatuation. So you have to think about that. Okay, you're sitting around whining about not getting them, but what if you did get them? And it's dead end because y'all personality wise don't have anything in common. But words to live by, something to think about there, you metalhead kids. I'm gonna keep this whole Blackie dating thing short and sweet, just because I hate to put my dogma upon people. That's just my general opinion in most cases. So my opinion works for some people. Maybe some of you metalhead kids, because clearly, we kind of come from the same, vine there, whatever. But anyway, that's the end of it. I'll be back with another tip once I run across some other kid that's going through some other little thing, that kids go through. Because when you're a kid, it's so hard. Everything is the beginning and end of the world. When I was a kid, we're in Blackie Black Metal. Later.